Headlines. Operation Lafia Dole neutralizes terrorist camp in Borno State as Nigerian Army calls for synergy with other security agencies. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency destroys over 60,000 kilograms of illicit drugs. Federal government to boost social economic well-being of Nigerians through infrastructure development. Now, the nation full will start off with the election in Togo as voting has ended in Togo election. Let's join Musbao Dan Wahab in Togo for more.
The process is still on in Togo as the Togolese electorate continue to decide through ballot who is going to be their next president. And we have crisscrossed the national capital of Togo, which is Lomé, and the atmosphere has been very peaceful around town. It all started as early as 7 a.m. when the election officially started, and the process is simple for the electorate. Locate your polling center, get your name on the list and go in there, cast your ballots quietly and come out. The process has been very transparent, and security agents have also been doing their job without any harassment, no interference as the process continues. We've spoken to some of the Togolese electorate who expressed their happiness participating in this election and the way and manner at which the election is going on. The ECOWAS election observation mission to Togo has also been going round to see how the process is ongoing. We spoke to the head of mission and former president of Sierra Leone, Ernest Bai Koroma. This is what he said earlier.
We have been observing the process. The party representation seemed to be low in some polling stations, and the officials of the Electoral Commission are also trying to cope with the process. There are one or two, not two major issues, minor issues that we have put in place, but overall I think we are making a slow but steady progress.
That was the head of ECOWAS election observation mission, Ernest Bai Koroma, speaking to us earlier. Also, other electoral observation missions are also on ground, particularly that of African Union, to follow the process. Meanwhile, something new has been added to the Togolese electoral process as Togolese in diaspora now have the opportunity to participate in voting. And also, 3 days earlier, security agents talking about officers and men of the army and police have been able to cast their ballot in this election. That has been the process so far. We'll bring you more updates subsequently.
Anyway, Musbao is already standing by live now in Lomé, and we would like to find out from him the update, even as voting has ended. Musbao, Dan Wahab, let's get an update of voting having ended there, and what's the next process?
All right, the next process will be a collation of results across the country. Now, voting ended some hours ago, and the process commenced with accreditation and immediate voting at about 7 a.m. in the morning across the centers we visited. And after the last person on the queue voted, they drew a line on it, and your call credit has been exhausted.
Okay, we get back to Musbao in the course of the bulletin. Let's get on with other aspects of the news. Okay. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked graduates of Nigerian universities to build a formidable force against corruption using their newly acquired educational prowess for the betterment of the country. This is contained in the President's message delivered at the 5th convocation ceremony of the Federal University Dutse by the Executive Secretary of the National University Commission, Professor Adamu Abubakar Rashid. And now to some security matters. Airstrikes being conducted by the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dole under the auspices of the Operation Rattlesnake 3 have continued to yield tangible results against terrorist elements in the northeast of the country. The latest of these attacks achieved on 20 February 2020 in attacks conducted at Jubilaram and Alinwa in the northern part of Borno State, where some key Islamic State of West African province ISWAP leaders were neutralized as they assembled for meetings at the two locations. In a statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force, Air Commander Ibikunle Daramola said the mission was executed on the heels of credible intelligence reports indicating that some key ISWAP leaders had assembled for meetings, which were being held simultaneously at two separate venues at Jubilaram and Aliwa in Mate local government area. Accordingly, the ATF scrambled its attack aircraft to engage both locations, damaging the meeting venues and neutralizing the terrorists. The NAF, operating in concert with surface forces, will sustain its air campaign to shape the battle space in the northeast for the effective conduct of further ground and air operations. Sustained security, the troops of Operation Hadari Daji in Zamfara State have neutralized 13 bandits, arrested 8 others, and intercepted 4,630 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunitions, amongst other weapons. This followed clearance operations, ambushes, and fighting patrols conducted by the troops between 10th and 20th February in various locations across Anka, Bokuyum, and Shinkafi local government areas of Zamfara State and some villages in Katsina and Kebbi State. A statement issued by the Acting Force Information Officer of the Operation Hadari Daji, Captain Abayomi Oniorison, says the troops have also intercepted some suspected drug counterfeiters and dealers with 350 cartons of fake Pecol drug and a sizable consignment of suspected marijuana in Shinkafi and Zurmi local government areas of Zamfara State. The statement further says the troops remain highly motivated, determined, disciplined and professional as the operation against banditry and all forms of criminality continues until peace is fully restored to all parts of Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto and Kebbi State. The Nigerian Army has vowed to remain consistent in its collaboration with other security agencies to ensure the safety of lives and property, as well as peaceful coexistence of the country. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Chuko Yusuf Buartai, stated this in a message to the end of the year 2019 Combined West African Social Activities WASA, held at the Army Barracks, Kotangora. Mukhtar Abubakar Wowo reports.
Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukurisu Buratai, in a message to the end of the training year 2019 West African Social Activities WASA, organized by the Headquarters Nigerian Army Corps of Artillery, the Nigerian Army Training Center, and the 311 Artillery Regiment Kontagora Barracks, applauded the formations and the unit for their contributions towards enhancing peace and unity of the country. General Buratai also commended other security agencies for their synergy with the Nigerian Army and urged them to maintain the spirit and cordiality.
These successes have contributed in no small measures in enhancing the effectiveness of the security architecture.
The West African Social Activities WASA, which coincidentally means play in Hausa language, is part of the culture and tradition of the Nigerian Army, designed to bring together soldiers and their families, as well as civilian friends, to mark the end of training year through recreation and relaxation.
This is historic tradition dates back to the active link of the Nigerian Army to various British West African units of the West African Frontier Force.
The event featured tug of war and the presentation of awards to some soldiers who distinguished themselves during the 2019 training year. In Kontagora, Mukhtar Abubakar, NTA News.
The National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA Bauchi Command, destroyed over 16,000 kilograms of seized illicit drugs. Awal Abdullahi reports that the exercise was led by Bauchi State's Governor, Bala Muhammad.
The seized drugs destroyed by the NDLEA Bauchi State Command include tramadol, rafnol, diazepam, Exol, cannabis sativa and cough syrup with codeine, among others. The chairman and chief executive of the NDLEA, Colonel Mohammed Abdullah, said it is alarming that such quantity of drugs was seized compared to the population of the state. Represented by his chief of staff, Barrister Olurutumba Femi, while restating the agency's commitment towards the fight against illicit drugs, said the menace of drug abuse among youth and women is worrisome, adding that it's injurious and harmful to human health.
Between January 2020 and today, the agency has destroyed a total of 150 tons of different drugs across the country.
Bauchi State Governor, who was represented by his deputy, Senator Babatela, commended the efforts of the NDLEA in the state and assured the state government continuous support toward effective service delivery to ensure drugs-free society.
Bauchi State Government has been doing its best to fight all drug-related problems. It is lamentable to state that the behavior and acts of some of our youth, the future leaders of tomorrow, have become a source of serious concern to us, especially in Bauchi metropolis and other large towns of the state.
State Commandant of the NDLEA, Shegun Oke, lamented that illicit drugs are the root cause of crimes in the society and called on the support of relevant stakeholders in the fight against the menace. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
Another major disaster was averted by emergency responders in Lagos this Saturday when a tanker laden with 45,000 litres of diesel fell at the Bonny Cantonment Bridge in Victoria Island, Lagos. Imole Ayotokode reports that although the tanker accident caused a heavy traffic for a few hours, no casualty was recorded.
This tanker was reported to have loaded its content at Ibu Jetty in Coconut Ibafon area of Apapa. According to eyewitness reports, the incident occurred at about 8 a.m. in the morning when the driver attempted negotiating the roundabout leading to Ozumba Mbadiwe Road when the container was incidentally detached from the tanker.
To say with you, the man is not on speed. The truck itself is already with the tank. It's already weak. The man is about to do it, just turn the roundabout, the tank now fell down. Even the driver was surprised. He stood on his truck. Don't know what happened. But luckily for him, that is not carrying a fuel, that is diesel. If not, I could have carried. I continue what this crash ground. Instantly, I have to revise my vehicle and look for escape to leave the place.
We say we don't know. I just sit down because you see something come. No background like this. You can't turn like this to send a train like carry diesel. So now so we say we interquarter. The pick diesel. So police come for sure say they don't allow us to carry the diesel. So now diesel down the west for nothing.
While efforts were being made by emergency responders to stop further spillage of the diesel, these residents attempted to scoop the products from the drainage system.
I believe that the issue must be from the tanker. Part of Petroleum Resources as a regulatory agency, we are trying to organize a workshop that will involve all industry stakeholders to brief them properly on safety matters.
The Lagos State Fire Service, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Department of Petroleum Resources, as well as other security agencies worked hand in hand to ensure the container was removed from the accident scene to restore free flow of traffic. In Lagos, Imole Ayotokide, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 7 on NTA International. We'll go on a break now. When we return, more stories ahead.
NTAI has gone mobile. Catch your favorite programs anywhere in the world by going to Play Store on Android and App Store on iOS. Search for Vision TV UK, download and install. Then you're good to go.
Thank you for staying tuned into the news at 7 on NTN International. Now, the federal government is saying it is committed to provide road infrastructure that will stand the test of time with a view to improving the social economic activities and well-being of the country. The State Minister of Works and Housing, Abubakar Danlami Aliyu, stated this while inspecting the Numan Cham Federal Road in Adamawa State. Rayanu Bala reports.
The reconstruction of 46.35 km road from Cham, Gombe State to Numan in Adamawa State was awarded to CGC construction firm in 2017 at the cost of 9.2 billion naira. The work is currently going on with 22% completion, covering 11 kilometers from Numan. Some of the commuters plying the road expressed hope that their sufferings will soon come to an end with the pace of work at the moment.
Normally you're going to enjoy your movement, your ride, despite the destination, and your car is going to be in a perfect condition. So I'm happy about the road. I'm enjoying it as I'm going to where I'm going to.
I want government to put more effort so that this work will soon finish.
The Minister of State Works and Housing, Abubakar Danlami Aliyu, who was on an inspection visit to the road, expressed satisfaction with the quality of work, saying government will ensure speedy completion of the road so as to improve socio-economic activities in the area.
We had some bottlenecks, which is the Savannah area. It's a stretch of over 11 kilometers, so it's going to cost us a lot, but we have to do it for our people because, as you know, Mr. President's commitment to delivering this project.
It's very important about the augmentation, but we get good news. Next week we can get a pro. This is good news.
Type of traffic applying this, so we don't want to rush the road only to give way within 6 months. So we are taking our time to really do a very thorough job on this section of the road.
In Iola, Rayanu Bala, NTA News.
With membership covering all 774 local government areas of the country and the Federal Capital Territory, National Council for Women's Societies, NCWS, is advancing the lot of women, leveraging opportunities provided by the National Directorate of Employment. Onengie Fineface reports that the conversation on modalities for achieving this target was central in a meeting between the two bodies.
Women blowing their trumpets, calling attention to what they consider a critical need of society, empowerment of women and girls. United under one umbrella, National Council for Women's Societies, these women believe that
many of our women possess strong life skills which they can impart to the younger generation in your entrepreneurial enhancement training. Similarly, we would like to speak on behalf of the unemployed female youths to see an increase in their numbers as trainees in your employment schemes.
Plus, they have proof that given the opportunity, women always do well.
And what amazed me was the number of the women that actually did turn up and learned new skills which they've used to empower themselves and enrich their family.
I'm assuring you, we'll definitely enter into collaboration and see how we can move forward. With due apology to men, in terms of seriousness, in terms of non-repayment, Women are better people to deal with than men.
With National Directorate of Employment also affirming the commitment of women to self-development, one can only wait to hear new tunes of collaboration. In Abuja, Onengiye Fine Face, NTA News.
Yes, earlier on we started this bulletin by talking to Musbau Dan Wahab in Togo for the voting having been completed in the elections. Now let's get back to him to have the feel of what the process, the next process, which already started talking about. Musbau, fill us in on some of the processes that is to be taken in the course of the voting having ended for this day.
Yes, let's say thanks a lot for joining me again in Lomé. What is next now will be the collation of results across the country. Voting actually started as early as 7 a.m. in the morning. After accreditation, voting followed immediately. And it all ended at 4 after the last person on the queue participated in the voting. And after the close of the voting, a ballot of security personnel who earlier voted 3 days ago were brought in and harmonized with what they have on ground. The sorting and counting followed immediately. Meanwhile, ECOWAS observers are deployed across the country to monitor the election. And the head of the mission and former president of Sierra Leone, Ernest Bai Koroma, monitored the situation in Lomé here, the national capital of Togo. And he has passed his comments talking to us. He expressed his happiness. He understood that the conduct of the election has been very peaceful, commending the security agents as well as the electoral officials.
Okay, Musbau. Earlier on, you told us about the new experiment with the Togolese in diaspora voting in this particular election. Tell us about it and how did the whole process go for them?
That was part of the reform that the opposition asked for, apart from the term limits that they asked for, which has been restored in the Constitution. They also requested that so that they have a number of Togolese across the world. So those who are eligible were allowed to participate in this election. And again, security agents talking about the personnel of army and police were also allowed to participate in voting, but that was done 3 days earlier.
Okay. All right. I'm sure the process, as it unfolds, you let us know what are the things that we need to have as takeaways from this Togo's election. Thank you very much, Musbau Dan Wahab. Okay. All right. Let's get up to speed with activities on the sporting scene.